Spotify's new terms and conditions. Should artists be worried? So a lot of artists have been worried about Spotify's new terms and conditions. And so in this video, I want to break it down. Number one is they can use what you upload. Spotify now says that anything you upload, like your playlist cover, your profile photo, bio, or messages, is user content. Now, I'm used to this because I've signed like record deals, or I've signed like licensed my songs. And yeah, they want to use your images and everything to promote you. So I'm not too worried about that. It also says they can use, edit, copy, or share that stuff anywhere in the world without paying you. Honestly, not too concerned about that because it says this doesn't include your actual songs. Those are under separate music licenses, but artists and people are worried Spotify could use those things like your images or text in AI or marketing. And at the end of the day, I'm not too concerned about it as long as they're marketing and promoting me. Because again, I've signed so many documents that says, hey, we can use your likeness to promote you. And if they're using it to promote me, I'm all about it. Number two, you can't train AI with Spotify data, but they can. Spotify now bans anyone else from using their app or data to train AI models, but Spotify can use all your listening data, what you play, skip, or say to their voice features to train their own AI models like their DJ feature or music recommendations. Critics say this is unfair. Spotify gets the data advantage, but others can't compete. At the end of the day, it's just like, well, Apple can use all their data. They've had all this data from iTunes for years. YouTube has all this data of listening data right now. Spotify has its own. It's kind of like, well, why should it have to share? I'm not really sure about that one. Number three is country restrictions tightened. You now must use Spotify in the country where you live and only access that version of the app. So no more switching countries to get different catalogs or cheaper plans, unless maybe you use like a VPN or something like that. Number four is new AI and deepfake rules. So Spotify added an impersonation policy, so no fake vocals or AI clones of artists unless that artist explicitly approves it. Hallelujah. Amen. I'm so thankful for that one. We can't complain about that one because, look, I've had artists submit stuff to me to want to help them promote stuff, and I was listening to the mix the other day. I'm like, this sounds actually really, really good, and I could tell that the AI or the artwork was AI, but I couldn't tell that the music was AI until they let me know, and I dug deep, and I was just like, oh man, personally, my stance on that, I do not want to hear AI vocals and AI written songs. Sure, if you want to use it for some artwork or some video, that's cool. But for me, as far as music, there's no way. It's taken me too many years to learn how to sing harmonies, just be confident singer, performer. I love what Hardy was saying, though, that, the songwriter is never going to go away. Because there's just that passion. There's those just like little intonations in our voices and things. And I know AI might get really good, but I believe it just doesn't got that soul, baby. It doesn't got that soul. Let me know what you think about that. Number five is Spotify says, don't worry, artists still own their music. So Spotify claims these updates mostly affect listeners, not creators. They say the new terms don't change artists' rights or contracts, and they don't own your songs. Of course they don't own your songs, right? They're not going to actually own it. You own the master, right? And I always like to say, because a lot of artists ask me, so when is a song copywritten? It becomes copyrighted as soon as the pen leaves the paper, okay? Or your fingers leave the keyboard. That's when it's actually copywritten. Or the digital fingerprint of you using your DAW, whether that's your GarageBand or Logic or Pro Tools, whatever you use. At the end of the day, it's who can prove it. Who's got the history, who can show the process of it so you can prove it in court. That's the end of the day, who can prove that it's copywritten. So number six, experts say protect your contracts. So music industry pros suggest that labels and distributors add clear language in contracts to stop Spotify or others from using data for AI training in the future. They also recommend keeping an eye on AI scrapers that might pull artist data from Spotify. That was from Hypebot who said that. So why are artists worried? So Spotify can use your data and uploads for AI, but you can't use theirs. Honestly, I don't care about that. It feels like creators are giving up more control over their content and metadata. Again, I'm not really concerned about that one either. Some worry that what starts as user content could later include music or creative assets. As long as I'm getting paid the royalties due to me, I don't care about that one. Overall, artists feel this could tilt power even more toward the platform, and it could become like more of a monopoly, right? At the end of the day, Spotify does have the monopoly on listenership right now, okay? When you look at paid subscribers, they've got 276 million. YouTube's got 125 million, 94 million on Apple Music, and 82 million users on Amazon. So when I see artists say, oh, I'm just deleting my music from Spotify, so you're saying you don't want to reach 276 million paying subscribers, right? Are we going to do the same thing for YouTube, 125 million? Like, how many does like Bandcamp and SoundCloud have? So right now, as of 2025, SoundCloud's got about 180 million global users. Now, as far as Bandcamp, I'm looking at it right now, they've got about 30 million visits per month, okay? So pretty small compared to some of the other ones, right? So really at the end of the day, it's a personal conviction. I'm a big believer in Spotify. I'm very thankful. When I look at my royalty pool, Spotify is the biggest. And I think we just need to ignore the noise and focus on just getting to the fans. So if the fans are on Spotify, that's where I'm going to market to. If they're on YouTube, I'm going to go there. Apple Music. And honestly, the music industry changes. Do you remember mp3.com? Do you remember myspace.com? There's different social medias, and sometimes you've got to be ready to pivot. They might not be here forever. There might be something new that comes along, maybe with blockchain and AI. Who knows how we're going to listen to music in the future? But at the end of the day, you got to make great music, and you've got to be building that email list and building that direct connection with your fans. Focus on that and cut out the noise. Before you go, I want to share with you some real example tips that I'm doing right now to promote my music that I hope will help you, because I just released a new song today and I'm looking literally at the Spotify data right now to see like where's it at, because it's about 10 a.m. as I'm recording the song, and right now we've got about 5,000 streams, okay? Now this is a collaboration. There's another primary artist on the song, so we both pitched it to the editorial playlists, and we both triggered our release radar, so I am expecting some more streams. I pitched it to a ton of indie playlists using Submit Hub, okay? And so I think we got like 20-something playlists that added it. I'm going to pitch it to some more today because I want to hit that algorithm as hard as I can. I sent out an email, I think it was like 2 a.m. in the morning to my list. I'm going to send out an SMS later today. And then I already emailed my list again, letting them know that there's a lyric video out. And so we made a lyric video for this song, and I used AI to make it. We used Sora, actually, to make it. It's called Take You Higher. Go check it out and see what you think. We even used AI for the thumbnails. And I shared in that other video recently about YouTube, about music video promotion, that we always split test 3 different thumbnails. And I can't wait to share the results on that and why that's so important, because you get such a higher click-through rate. And it's like, man, I took the time to make this lyric video. I'm emailing my list about it, and I'm posting it on Facebook. I'm posting it on X. I'm sharing it to my stories, right? Like, I'm doing all these things. Well, I want to make sure I've optimized the thumbnail, right? I just updated my Spotify artist pick to make sure I'm going to a playlist. I'm running ads, right? And this is the thing. I'm running ads 24/7, all right? 365. Like, ads don't get turned off in my world, so I'm growing my playlist. But what did I do? I did it actually yesterday. I made sure that new song is at the top of the playlist because I want to start just getting streams. And another little thing, and it's small things, man, but like, you wonder why like certain people are successful is because they're willing to put in the work. Dave Ramsey said you can't microwave your dreams. You just got to put on hard work, and that sometimes looks like overalls. You just got to put on your overalls and go freaking crush it, right? And so like I'm promoting the junk out of this song and doing everything I can, especially in the first 24 to 48 hours. Like, you got permission to be as annoying as you want. Like, even last night on my playlist, I put it on repeat, and on my This Is Manafest playlist, I just hit play. And I've been playing my song over and over again. I just want as many streams as possible. Obviously we might go to radio, we might do some other things as well. But like, and this is just day one, man. Then I've got to have the energy. I've got to have the focus And I can't just get upset if the numbers aren't where I want. Then I need to just keep going harder and going harder on it, right? Because I know what it's like to put out a song and put all this effort and then not get what you want, right? But that's where you got to lean in, right? You got to lean in and keep promoting and marketing even when you don't see the results. And this is where, for me, man, like, I'm not looking at like how much money I can make off this song. I'm just looking at like how much impact can I make. I just want to get it out there to as many people as possible. I already believe in the song. You already believe in your song. And so don't let like trying to make money or whatever or popularity. Focus on the message. Focus on just getting it out there because you believe in it. You know, it reframes it as opposed to me picking up my phone going, I got to post on social media. No, I get to promote this song right now. All right. Have an awesome day.